we are talking about the best coffee fragrance I have ever smelled in my entire life. It's from the House of Montal and it's called Intense Cafe Ristretto. And I hope I am pronouncing the name of that right. But this, so much better than the original Intense Cafe. And y'all already know how much I love the OG. Now, to me, the Intense Cafe Ristretto smells more like espresso. If you're somebody that loves making yourself a cup of coffee in the morning, it's basically that smell for like 8 to 10 hours at a minimum on skin. On clothes, it lasts even longer. This is something that is so addicting. And what I love about this fragrance is that it lacks that synthetic rose that's present in the original Intense Cafe. And that is what put a lot of people off from wanting that fragrance because they felt that the coffee wasn't strong enough. Now for me, I love the smell of espresso. I can't drink it anymore because me and caffeine are kind of throwing hands at the moment, but the smell of it, so good. And it's something that, yeah, it wakes you up, right? But having that comforting smell for 8 hours is just, it's so nice. I had this on my arm yesterday because I made a video and I sprayed it just on like the sleeve of my jacket. And throughout the day, I just kept smelling it like that. And by the way, this is definitely a fragrance that, when you hug people and they smell it in your neck, it's like, just be ready for those nose to the neck type of reactions, those extra long hugs. So you got to be prepared for all of that. But really, I have tried a lot of coffee fragrances out there that I can't even remember the name of half of them. One of them I remember being called Awake by Acro. And it still didn't do it for me. It was still more on the synthetic side. But this right here, really for the coffee lovers, I have no doubt in my mind, if you want to smell like coffee and you want that addicting scent, you want the fragrance that people are going to be all up on, then this is the fragrance. Because yes, it's still cozy, but it's sexy at the same time. It is something that has a really nice scent trail. When like we walk by people, they're going to whip their heads up because they're like, damn, that's a nice smell. People are familiar with the smell of coffee. And for the most part, people just love it, But aside from other people, this is just something that I know when you smell it in your scent bubble, you're going to be like, damn, this fragrance is so fire, especially in cold weather. If you live where it's predominantly cold and it's cloudy, gloomy, if it's snowing, rainy, this is like a pick-me-up type of scent, Unfortunately for me, I live where it's hot for a majority of the year, so this is not something that I am going to be wearing that often, but it's kind of like a special treat, that when I do smell it and when it is cold outside, I would definitely throw this thing on because it's going to like uplift me, it's going to just make me feel like I'm wrapped in like a big coffee hug. But I think an example I use for this, actually, no, I used that with Intoxicated by Killian, but I think the same thing goes here, that it just works really, really well in cold weather, and I just don't suggest it in the high heat at all. Now, I will say that this fragrance, I know there's other notes in here, like probably some vanilla, there's probably another sweet scent like some caramel, but I don't pick up on that. I really just straight up smell like espresso coffee the whole entire way through. And I love that. I love the simplicity of it. And the dry, you know what? Hold on. Because in the dry down of this fragrance, you kind of do get a little bit of that sweetness from that vanilla, but I kind of feel like that's how espresso is in general. There is that coffee smell, but there's other layers to to espresso. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like at least when I was drinking it, it didn't just smell one dimensional. There was other things in it. So that's just kind of how I felt about it. But just me saying that, yeah, there's some caramel and there's vanilla in this fragrance listed as well, just in case you do want to look it up and see if you would like that or not. But I really like this. It's simple, it's long lasting, it is a compliment getter, and it's just so cozy. It's so nice. This really is the best coffee fragrance I've ever tried, and I do want to try more of them. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comment section, because this was kind of a game changer for me. Because a lot of the coffee scents I was trying were kind of surface level, and Intense Cafe was like my favorite coffee fragrance, but the coffee was just kind of second fiddle to, you know, that rose for a while. And by the way, very unisex scent right here. Anybody can wear this. I think for a lot of the guys that thought Intense Cafe was too feminine, this one would be the one to pull for, because a lot of, like I said, a lot of the hesitation came from that rose and those florals. But even ladies, I do find this to be more of a feminine fragrance, but it's still very unisex. The reason I say I see it more as feminine is just because I see more women gravitating to this, but I think this would smell fantastic on a guy. I think it would smell amazing. So just want to throw that out there. Let me know if you've tried this. If you want to try it, I'll put a discount link for it in the comment section below. For hopefully there's like samples, and if you want to blind buy, you can do that as well. But yeah, let me know what you think of this if you've tried it. If you haven't and you have a recommendation for me, also let me know in the comment section. All right, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.